Yeah, so how many batteries you replace within the year? 2. Okay. How come? Customer complaint is since they purchased a vehicle, they have replaced the battery on a few occasions. Nobody seems to be able to figure it out. Took it to various shops, various electricians, even took it back to the dealer. And the dealer will say, well, there's something wrong with your vehicle, and the electricians will say something wrong with the battery. And customer just got fed up bouncing, back and forth. So it was recommended to bring this vehicle to me so I can check it out. Right. So what I explained to the customer is it sounds like it's a parasitic drawer where something is remaining on. Yeah. So we gotta let the vehicle sit for a little bit, and I'm just gonna pop open the fuse box so I can get access to the fuse to see if anything standing out. Right. When I pop open the fuse box, I saw this black wire just is basically synced to the pink wire, right? I'm not sure what that pink wire controls, right? But I gotta pull out I pull out a wiring diagram and see what exactly that wire goes to, right? So let me just pull out my multimeter quick and do a few other checks to see what else I could make recommendations on and take it from there. Right, so I took the vehicle for a run yesterday to make sure that the battery is charged, and right now it's reading 10.32 volts, right? So something is draining this battery slowly, and we gotta figure out what it is, right? So let me put this car to sleep and do some more tests, and we will be able to narrow down where this parasitic drawer is going, right? So I'm gonna lock the doors, right? Each door, I'm just gonna pull back the tab right here, and I'm gonna gain access to you have this fuse box here, and I have a fuse box inside, so I'm gonna also get access to that, right? I want to make sure all the doors, all the trunks, everything is basically let the car think that is sleeping, it's at rest, and it will help. I will just monitor my voltage drop, right? So right now I'm still getting 10.3 volts, right, on this battery, but as I said, I'm just gonna let it sleep for a little bit, and then I'm gonna go and see if the voltage is decreasing any further, right? And then probably what I'm gonna do is take my thermal camera and just look for any kind of heat signals on any wiring, anything like that, and then be able to narrow it down faster.
2 hours later.
Right, so I pulled out my thermal camera, right, and I'm seeing that I have a heat spot, right, in this fuse box, right. Right now the vehicle is off, the key is out. Let the car sit for a little bit, and I'm seeing that this relay is actually getting power and really hot. So we gotta figure out, as I said, what what is this controlling, right? So if it's any heat, well, you'll get that little heat spot from like the sun and stuff like that. So I'm gonna hook up my parasitic drawer clamp, right? With this will help me protect my meter, right? So let's give me a real minute. Let me just see how many milliamps this vehicle is pulling. So right now I'm currently pulling 660 amps, right? But when I hit the switch, right, the amperage decrease, right? So these leads here that I have, right, they have a fuse on it. So in case I get an inrush current, it will blow the fuse on the leads instead of blowing the fuse on my multimeter, right? So this helps protect the multimeter. But right now you see I'm getting 0.346 milliamp, right? 300 and some milliamp, which is still very high, right? So I gotta figure out why this relay is staying on, right? And what's the purpose of this ground wire that they have connected to this pink wire, right? That's powering up this relay. So I asked the customer why, and they still can't give me a definite answer. She said basically that's how she purchased the vehicle, right? So we don't know if it's a harness issue, is it a brain issue, is it a IPM box issue, why they put this on wire, right? But what I'm gonna do real quick while you're watching the meter, I'm gonna pull the relay and see if the amperage will drop off, right? So right now I have 0.346 amps, right? That is enough to drain a battery overnight, right? So I'm gonna pull this relay and see if I could get it to drop even more. What I try to use is, let's say, 50 milliamp, right? 50 milliamp. I know things have changed over the years where it's actually increased, but when I'm doing parasitic jaws, I'm normally go for like 50 milliamp, and under, of course. That's what I want to go after and see, right? As I said, I don't have the specs right now. I have multiple ways to do parasitic jaw. I know that, but this is my way. And right now, as you see, as I pull the relay, I'm getting, let's say, 96 to 100 milliamp, right? It's not perfect, but it's still better than the 350 46 milliamps that I was getting before, right? And as you can see, the relay is scorching hot on the holder where it was. So that means this relay was being turned on, and nobody never tried to figure out where, and why, right? So the tools that I'm using is in the description, so remember to smash that link, and don't forget to like and subscribe, right? Smash that link and help out the channel, right? So as I said, man, this relay, based on the wiring diagram, is the ECU relay, right? And that pink wire is what powers on the ECU relay, right? So I'm just gonna do a little bit more research to figure out why they hooked up this ground wire and have this relay power on at all times, right? And as soon as I put it back, my milliamps, my amperage increase again, right? It goes right back up. So clearly this is the problem, what pulling most of the battery voltage and causing the no start, especially in the morning time, right? So I'm gonna just plug back in the relay and listen to see if it's being energized. With the ECU unplugged, I'm barely touching the fuse box with the relay, and you're actually hearing it energizing, right? And this relay is supposed to be controlled by the ECU. So is it a harness issue? Is it a fuse box issue? But I'm narrowing it down to be a ECU issue, where it don't have control right now. Right, so let's pop back in that relay, and as you can see, it's glowing hot. So this relay is getting powered on for whatever reason. So I'm going to pull up the wiring diagram and show you exactly where and what this relay controls, right, real quick. So let me just pull up this wiring diagram real quick. Right, so be looking for the relay off of pink wire, right? So let's see if I'm zooming out a little bit here. Right, so it goes straight from the ECU. So this is the ECU control relay, right? And who powers this relay? Basically the ECU. Is without, this pin 32, which is a pink wire, which I'm seeing here, right? So it's clearly that the ECU would control this relay to turn on, right? So is it that I'm gonna make a call on the harness, or is something seeping? Like, say if some voltage or short somewhere in the harness could be also sending voltage to the ECU relay and pulling it on, but I highly doubt that, man. This car drive pretty well, so I'm gonna just go back on the vehicle real quick and watch my amperage without that ground wire hooked onto that ECU relay circuit. As I said, I'm not sure why it's there, right? But I got my amp clamp hooked onto my negative battery pole, watching my amperage. Right now, you can see I'm getting 64 milliamps, which is really good. This car is still asleep, right? All the locks is still engaged. The car is off, and it's been sitting here for a bit still, right? I haven't started the vehicle at all, right? And right now, as you can currently see, that I'm not gonna kill out myself for 15 milliamps, as I told you from earlier. I normally use like 50 milliamp, but still, this is real good compared to that, you know, that draw that was before, right? So let me swap out that meter because the battery is dying on the other one, right? So now as we got our draw under control, now we'll be able to diagnose why they put that wire on the ground to power up the ECU relay at all times, right? I'm gonna remove the wire first, and I'm gonna put key on engine off and see if I'm be able to crank or not, or most likely I won't be able to. And as you can tell, as soon as I pop the wire off, you heard the fan come on, and that's the default where the that's in the program itself for the ECU. Once it's not seeing that ECU connection, it will automatically throw the fan on, right? So seeing that the fan is coming on, if I just grinding back on the battery pole, right, you actually hearing the fan cut off. So this vehicle issue is missing the ground on the relay side. Alright, so what we did put, this is the ECU that came out Y1, right? So we got an X-brain ECU there. So we just put that in place. Right, you see the wire is off. Remember last time when we put this wire, took this wire off, the fan came on, right, when the ignition on. So we're gonna start now. We're not gonna start, we're just gonna put the key on. All right, we're gonna listen for the fan. Right, so we're not getting anything. Right, let's touch this wire and see what happens. Nothing. Right, so what we could do also is put the check back the heat that is getting off of this ECU relay to see if it's getting hot. Right now, key off, key on, engine off. So I'm going to take the key off and I'm going to check to see if it getting hot. You can see the relay is not getting hot anymore. Right, key off, engine off. You see my milliamps is real low, right? So I'm gonna get the correct ECU for this vehicle, and most likely I'm gonna also have to take it to the guy who do the programming for me, and let him probably unlock whatever we gotta unlock, because I don't believe it would work. So we're gonna just put everything back together real quick and ship it out to the guy who does our ECU work, and see if he could assist us with this matter with this vehicle, right? So this is the used box that we put in, right? We remove this wire, this ground wire that going to this pink. This is the old box, right? That was on the customer box. So when we scan the vehicle, after, right, you're trying to crank it now, watching the gauge, right? Here it's not starting, right? And let's check our codes, right? So as you hear that the fan is off, so let's check here to see what we get. Right, so what we get in here is lock mode. Most likely this is the immobilizer. So basically, normally it's how to copy the information from one brain to the next, and also sometimes you just have to use the BCM that comes with this brain box, but I don't have that, so I will have to copy this information to the old information to the new one, right? So yeah, that's it. So this customer problem should be solved with the parasitic draw, right? The issue was that the ECU, this old ECU was failing to send out a ground on pin 32, right, to the relay. So right now the relay is not hot anymore. Well, I mean, I just stumbled, but the relay is not hot anymore. You hear the fan is not on, right? So we're gonna put this vehicle back to specs, and she should be good to go. All right, so Thanks for watching. Hope you like what you saw. Like, subscribe, share, comment. Anything helpful, I appreciate it. Yes, this engine needs some work, but they didn't come for that. They came for a brakes issue and they came for a parasitic draw issue, which I'm trying to solve, right? So as I said, the issue was this ECU. This old ECU had an issue where it's not sending out the proper current to the ground, to the, what you call it, the ECU relay. And I don't know why they did this. So basically it had the relay running on and draining the battery over and over. So until next time, take it easy. Alright, so with the new, not new, but I use PCMs in, you see the wire is removed. That was here, right? The brain box. Let's see what my electrician did for me. Real quick, he removed that. You gotta put some tape on that though, right? So yeah, call that a fixed. Vehicle is running again. Right, let's put the key on. Right, there's the old ECU right there. Right, vehicle is starting. Got a light on for the ABS. AC is running. Take that off. Right, and yeah, we're gonna call that a fix. So I just gotta tape up that. I just gotta put some tape on that wire, and we should be, finished with this vehicle. So basically, we had a parasitic drain. Customer replaced the battery a few times. She went back and forth from the dealer to different electricians because her battery keep running down. Nobody could seem to solve that problem. And yeah, if they had just pulled a simple wiring diagram or just asked the question why that wire was there and grounded, and even when you shake the wire you actually hear the clicking, they would have solved that a long time. But what are you gonna do? So, and again, thanks for watching. Appreciate. Like, subscribe, share, comment. Till next time, take it easy.